Hey guys! So this is my first time trying to do a voiceover, so I'm really nervous that I'm not going to be good at this, so bear with me for this first one. And this is also the first reading bullet journal video that we're doing on my channel. I just started doing it really in July, so I've been just kind of experimenting and getting decent at it before I wanted to post anything on here. But I'm really excited for my September spread because I actually think this one turned out pretty good, way better than the other ones have. So we went for a True Blood theme because I've been rewatching the show. So I first started by trying to do this like dripping blood, which actually turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. I just kind of wish I had a darker red paint. And I kid you not, I spent like 20 or 30 minutes just doing this blood, and then I pretty much ended up covering it up. So not thrilled about that, but I actually do really like the way the title page turned out. So right now I'm just painting like a background because I know I'm gonna put some stuff over it. I feel like I've really learned what I like and what I don't like with journaling too, and there were like certain things that I like dreaded doing because I just really didn't enjoy it. And so I didn't do any of those things this month, and I found some shortcuts or workarounds, and I was much happier and I enjoyed it a lot more. So, and I still think it turned out well. So now I'm trying to like add some white and stuff to the blood, and for a second here I really thought I screwed it up, but I kind of fixed it with the blending and everything, so it turned out okay. But for this title page I mainly decided to print out things and do like a kind of collage. So I got some things that were actually directly from the show, and then some things that were just kind of like a similar aesthetic feel for it, you know. I was listening to an audiobook while I was doing this, and I got like 6 hours into the audiobook because that's how long it took me to do this. So now moving on to the pictures. So yeah, some things were directly from the show, like the Merlotte's bar, and then we have that like iconic poster image with the mouth. And then I got some things with like some quotes and stuff that I liked that I thought looked cute in some places. And I'm just filling in the background because there was a bit of a gap. This part where I was trying to make like a border with the pictures, it didn't turn out exactly the way that I was hoping it would, but I did the best with what I could. I wish I had like an X-Acto knife or something, but we tried our best, and I think it turned out okay. One thing I really liked that I did was I found the True Blood font online, or at least it's a font like inspired by the font that they use for the title. So I printed out pretty much all of the titles I'm going to use with that font instead of having to write them, and I really liked doing that because, again, I don't have the best handwriting, so like the whole like hand lettering and like doing my titles was something I didn't enjoy doing, so I just decided to print them out this time around, and I liked it so much more. I liked the way it turned out, and I just like enjoyed the experience more. And then I found some stickers to use and some tape and stuff, which all just happened to be like the right color scheme for this month. It's leftover stuff that my big gave me in my sorority that I never used because I'm not crafty, and it worked out well. So I decided not to do a TBR spread this month, but I did make a books read spread. And then I also decided to try something new, and I wanted to log the movies and like TV shows that I'm really into in a month. So as you'll see, I didn't leave like a ton of space, so I don't think I'll be putting everything that I watch in a month here, just like the most memorables and the things that I was really loving in a month. And I ran out of the lowercase letters, so that's why watched is in all caps. I wasn't just like super enthusiastic. But yeah, I'm also thinking I'm gonna print out like the book covers and the movie covers and stuff, and that's why I left those blank. Now for this spread, again, I just used some of my leftover pictures that I didn't end up using in the collage, and I didn't have enough of the letters, so I decided to do some painting, which was not what I was expecting to do, but I just kind of went for it. And I actually really like the way this turned out as well. I wasn't like really trying to make this look like anything in particular. I just wanted like a background for the title, but it does kind of look like blood, or just kind of goes with that theme, you know? So then I printed out all of the titles. So this month I decided to make an entire spread for my editing clients. In the past I've just done one half, and then I've done YouTube on the other half, and it's just never been enough room. So I decided to do one entirely for editing clients, and then I actually didn't make one for YouTube at all because I don't know, all that was in my YouTube one was like I wrote the days that I posted on my main channel, and I wrote the days that I posted on my blog channel, and I kept track of like important dates like sponsorship due dates and stuff, and I didn't find it that helpful or like I really needed it. So as you'll see in a spread coming up, I actually just added YouTube to my habits tracker so I can just keep track of what days I post, but I think that'll work better. I don't think it needs its whole page. So then I ended up doing the same thing for the titles for the rest of the spreads pretty much because I liked the way it looked. So this page is going to be my Patreon checklist, which is a spread that I really like. I find it really helpful just to keep me on track throughout the month with everything for my 4 different tiers and all the benefits I do over there. And then next to that I just did my habit tracker, and drawing the habit tracker was definitely my least favorite thing to do every month, so I went on and just printed one out, and I'm very happy with that because I saved a lot of time and a lot of frustration. So for this one, I decided to do like a monthly to-do list, more like monthly goals, just like some big picture things to keep in mind. And this habit tracker had so much more space than I usually made, so I came up with some new habits this month, so we'll see how I like having a ton. And this spread is by far my least favorite that I did. I don't like the way it turned out, but I had these extra pictures that I didn't use anywhere else, so I wanted to use them in here, and then I cut it weird, so I tried to fix it with the paint, and it just, it looks okay. It wasn't the best. And so the extras page, I called it extras just because I thought that kind of tied in with like movie, TV show extras, you know, but it's just kind of like an extra notes page or anything else I might need to add. So then I just added a couple of extra pictures that I had at the bottom and left some space to write in the middle. And then we move on to the weekly to-do list stuff. I just like to have a little bit of space to write a to-do list every day. And again, this is something that I just kind of cut some corners and decided to use a lot of tape instead of drawing all of the lines. And I actually really like the way that it turned out, and it was a lot easier to do than what I usually do. As you'll see though, I forgot to do something and I mess up and I have to go back and fix it, but it all worked out in the end. So yeah, I just have 8 boxes, so I have one for each day of the week for a to-do list, and then the last little box is just for any notes or anything I want to keep in mind for the week. And then I ended up being able to reuse all of that tape that I wasted when I messed up on the final week page, so it all worked out in the end. And I originally wanted to put the titles at the top, and I don't know why I put them in the middle for the first 3 and then I changed it for the last 2, but it's whatever. Yeah, I've tried my weekly spreads a couple of different ways, and I definitely like it this way more, where the days are more like square and fat. I tried these like narrow squares one month, and it just like was not enough space for my to-do list, so I like this a lot better. Week 5 was the week of the leftover tape, but I still think it turned out okay. And then for the last page in the spread, I again just had one picture left over that was too big to fit anywhere else, so I actually ripped up a red envelope to kind of go with it and just put it on the last page, and I think it actually works well as like a closer because it actually says True Blood. So yeah, that was my journal for September. I'd love to know if you guys have seen True Blood down below in the comments, and thanks for watching.